What's up, everybody? This is Gali, bringing you guys another YouTube video. Trying to get out a couple this week, 3 or 4. I think we're gonna shoot for. Today's video, we're gonna go through my IAE review. So we're just gonna kind of go through some of the ships that released at IAE, kind of talk about them, talk about some of my favorites, talk about maybe some of the things that might be coming in 2026, and just kind of talk about ships in general. I think there are some standouts. I think there were some ones that I personally don't care about a whole ton. So let's get into it, see what we think. Alright, so first off, we have the Wolf. Now, let me give you guys some context. For those who might not know me, kind of what I do, in Star Citizen, I am an event creator. I don't play the game a ton daily, but I do play the game a lot during event times. An event time for me is me and my work, Order 66, host these massive community events with hundreds of players where we do generally some form of player interaction and combat, and basically just try to create environments where the whole community can get involved. It's always open invite, anyone can come, and we really like them because first off, we get a lot of eyes on us, which is great. It's a great org promoting tool. And we love PvP. We just love creating dynamic PvP scenarios, and this is no different. So, for the context of me personally, for me, I'm not a big cargo guy. I'm not a big industrial guy. I do see the value in them. So, you're going to notice that. I'll try to be as unbiased as I can, but just know I'm not going to be perfect. Bias will be in this video. And then the other thing is ship brands. I am a Drake hater. I think it's ugly. Misk, ugly. So let's get into it. Alright, so we got the Wolf. All 22 Alpha Wolf. There's some drama around this because this Alpha Wolf has slightly... this Alpha Wolf, kind of like shout out Salty Mike said, is basically just a flight blade with some wings on it. For those who don't know what flight blades are, they released a Invictus this year, and they were like a little like thing that you could plug into your ship, and it would alter the stats of the ship. That's essentially what the Alpha Wolf is. It is slightly slower in exchange for better maneuverability, and it has laser repeaters. Now, the ship itself, I think, is great. It looks awesome. Man, I don't think anyone can look at this and not see how awesome this thing is. Also, the sound, if you haven't gotten a chance to hear this ship in game, specifically the gun shooting, it's incredible. Paints are great. Love them. This is probably my least favorite. And this is probably my favorite. So the ship itself, I don't have a problem with. I do think it's slightly weird that the Alpha Wolf is like just the perfect dollar amount for people to upgrade from the regular Wolf to the Alpha Wolf. Basically spend more money. Considering they are nearly identical. So I'm not sure why there's a cost discrepancy, but that's pretty typical with CIG and how they price ships, so it's not the end of the world. But it's a cool ship. I don't have a lot to say about it. It's cool. I like Kruger. I'm excited to see what Kruger keeps doing in 2026. And all right, next up we got the Drake Clipper. Now, the Drake Clipper, like I said, I'm a Drake hater. Hater. This ship brings with it a new style. I guess called the generalist role, which is kind of like what John Cruz said in the video. It's a master of none, but it can do a lot. So it's got a tier 3 medical bed. It's going to be able to do crafting. It has a little bit of cargo. It's got some decent weapons. It's a decent size. It's like the perfect ship for 1, maybe 2 people, but ideally probably 1. From a functionality standpoint, it's great. I'm kind of excited to see how this generalist role stuff works. Although I'm a little cautious, like a little worried, I guess, about how this could impact the game and like the ships that are hyper focused on a particular task. Like those ships are going to start to become not super useful if we get too many of these generalist ships, because this is kind of a smaller ship in comparison. Like what happens when we get a larger generalist ship that has like a tier 2 bed, for example, for medical? Who knows? We'll see what happens with this, but it's a cool ship. From a design standpoint, I think this thing is hideous. I think it's the second worst Drake ship out there, only behind the Drake Herald, which is actually the ugliest thing I've ever seen. But it's cool. It's got cool trailers. I understand why people are going to like this ship. It's cool. Engineering, the interior is solid. I like that it's got a vertical design. We don't see a lot of that. So, I can't complain. It's cool. Paints are cool too. This is probably my favorite. Looks solid. So, yeah. Overall, if I had to rank those first two, that's what I'll do. I'll probably give a ranking. The Alpha Wolf, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. The Clipper, I'll probably give it like a 6. 6 out of 10. Now let's talk about the Drake Golem Ox. Now, I'm not a cargo guy. I don't know much about cargo. But what limited experience I do have, this ship looked cool to me. Again, I'm a Drake hater, so from a visual standpoint, I think it looks hideous. But from a usability standpoint, as a solo, this thing looks great. It's like a Drake smaller raft, which I'm on board for. So I think it's cool. I'd probably rank this one a 6 out of 10 as well. But keep in mind, I'm a Drake hater. I know people are gonna be at me in the comments, but that's just how I am. I'm all about that sleek design, not this like rugged, no polish vibe. Let's see. Now here we got a banger. The headline of the show, the king, the RSI Perseus. This thing is incredible. I've watched this trailer more times than I can count. It's so cool. There's 2 size 8 guns, incredible. The fact that you have a second set of guns that you can swap to, even cooler. 20 size 5 torpedoes with the ability to load 40 total. And the fact you get 2 turrets, one on top, one on bottom. It's just awesome. I don't think anyone can look at this and think it doesn't look awesome. The interior is great. A huge step up from the Polaris. And the paints are cool. This is the one I have currently. But I know people like this one. Which, from a color standpoint, like palette, I think it looks great. It's just not my personal cup of tea. I don't really feel like it fits the very militaristic vibe of this ship, but to each their own. I can see why people like it. It looks really sharp. And then this one with the red nose, I see this one out a lot too. This ship, 9.5 out of 10, maybe a 10 out of 10. Insane ship. Shout out to the teams who made that thing. RSI Salvation. To be honest, I'm not a big salvage guy, like I said, but I can see why this one would be cool. It's not something I'll ever fly personally, but I think it's cool. I like RSI design. I think it's good for them to start to have a starter salvager. Gives you something to progress towards if you want like the vulture or whatever. And it's cool. It looks like, it almost looks like a Fury. Like if it's like RSI made a Fury, I imagine it would look like a smaller Salvation. So yeah, it's cool. I would rank this one probably like a 7. I think 7 or 8. I think they do well on this one. And then we've got the Gray Cat MDC, which is the final ship / vehicle that released. Now this one might get me into some hot water, but I love it. I think it's really cool. As someone who hosts a lot of events, something that is always number one on top of our minds is how do we protect our events. We don't want randoms coming in, just dropping bombs, shooting missiles at us, and kind of blowing our stuff up. Yes, we're in an open world, but that doesn't mean that you just get a free pass to just ignore all the potential dangers of being in an open world. You've got to protect yourself. And if you don't protect yourself, in my opinion, you forfeit the right to cry and whine about it when something bad happens, because you didn't take any steps to stop it. So this is a great first step. Easily the most valuable ground vehicle in my opinion. Super cool. The PDCs are great. We did a lot of testing with this. Unfortunately, it struggles in low FPS servers. But we don't typically do a lot on low FPS servers anyway, for our events and whatnot. So I think it's cool. I'm happy with it. The design is cool. I'm excited to see what the salvage version of this ship looks like. Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it'll be really cool to see like a fleet of these. Like you have like 6 of these drop at an event site, kind of like we're seeing in these videos. And then you just watch them control the skies, prevent bombs or missiles from dropping. That's like the cool thing. Like missiles, you can definitely break through. Bombs is a lot harder too because the A2 and the A1 don't drop them fast enough. So if there's multiple of these, they can take it out in our testing pretty easily. So yeah, I think it'll be really cool. I'm excited to see what happens with the NBC and how it gets used, especially if we ever do get things like a jump town back, for example. That'd be a lot of fun to see this vehicle in action. So other than that, IAE was pretty cool. We broke our funding records as a community. Great job, guys. We're giving them all our money again. Well done. Shout out to CIG for grinding this year. No features, which is frustrating, but we got engineering around the corner, which would be great. Armor, fire, all that good stuff. Yeah, overall, I'd say it's a good IAE. It sounds like next IAE is going to be pretty sweet too. A lot of potential targets. We know the Galaxy. Kraken, maybe, depending on like when that's developed. Who knows? So yeah, a lot of cool stuff to look forward to. 2026 sounds like they're releasing 26 or 27 ships again in 2026. So good for them. Excited to see what those are going to be about. I'm excited to get hands on with this with these ships that came out during IAE, and look forward to see what the December patch brings. I will catch you guys in the next one.